Hello everybody. Excuse me. I'm going to do some more spalling here this morning, and I figured I'd go ahead and turn the camera on. Haven't did much talking yet today. Alright. Grab my leather here. This is a piece of alligator hide I tanned a while back. Off about an 11 footer. It's nice and thick. I've got my pad that Dan Collins made for me, but I couldn't find it this morning. I was looking all over. I think it's in my vehicle somewhere, maybe. So then, I got through one wheelbarrow that I was filming last night. And this is another wheelbarrow, and there's probably a couple wheelbarrows up there left. I got a lot of small stuff. It's going to be a lot of work because I got to open them up at least to the center to make sure they're good. Because if they're not, that's where it happens, is right in the core. That's where the quartz pockets and ugliness lies. So what I've been doing with these smaller ones is just trying to get a few good spalls, like 3 or 4 nice little arrowhead spalls, and then get down to the inside where I can see that it's good or it's not. If it's good, just save that side so you can get a big biface and 3 or 4 arrowhead spalls out of each one. That's ideally what I'm trying to do. And then once I get down to the center, and if it's not good, then I can try to get underneath that. And sometimes I can still conserve enough material that you can get a point out of it. So it's been going pretty good. A lot, I'm glad I'm going through it as much as I am. I have to, because quite a bit of it is not good. So I want to keep my reputation going as a good rock seller. So gotta have some good stuff. Some of that last batch, I think, some of it was not as maybe good as I thought it was, or might have had more cortex than it should have, and I had a couple complaints, which I appreciate the feedback 100%. So I'm gonna try to get better. So there's 2 little arrowhead spalls there. This thing looks really nice. Whoop. It went the first time, or second time. There's 3 little arrowhead spalls. Not wanting to let go. Need a little more convexity there. Oh, there's something bad going on inside there. Get a bird point out of that one. Yeah, this copper will put incipient cracks and bulbs in there just as much as that steel will sometimes. Keep beating on it. Square edge. 4 or 5 little spalls, and this thing looks good all the way through. So then you can get a decent biface out of this. And I'll let you guys take care of the bifacing part. So yeah, it's working out okay. For the ones that are good, and even the ones that aren't, I'm still getting some nice material off of them. Nice, beautiful. It's like, oh my gosh. Stuff's like butter. But see, there's a little inclusion in there. Work that off there. That's my pile over here, in case you're wondering what's going on here. This is the good pile that's going to be sold. Don't look too bad. I think you can work, get up underneath that, and that'd be all right. That one will make the grade. If you guys are doing very much of the spalling like this on smaller stuff, or even stuff up to about like this, somebody asked me yesterday what diameter this is. I think it might be 1.25 inches. I don't think it's 1.5 inches. It's probably like 1.25 inches. I don't have a tape on me, or I'd measure it. Yeah, this thing's a beauty. The beauty is hidden within. So is the ugliness. But we're giving them makeovers. Make a pretty one. Ooh, look at this one, guys. The reverse Reese cup Hornstone. Lots of cortex. Some kind of weird contours going on in there. Beautiful. Some of it's a little bit coarse, but it's still beautiful. Gorgeous. And can you imagine the colors in that thing between there and the cortex? That black usually doesn't go that far in. I gotta take one more. I was gonna say the cortex might be really thick too. Yeah, it is, but there's still enough room in there to get one. tough one. No kidding. Looks like the little Hello Kitty thing, right? Seen some chick with that tattooed on the back of her hand. I bet I could sell that on eBay for about 10 grand. Wish I could find one with a picture of something crazy in it. I had one that looked like the United States up there earlier. I think it's still, I don't think I've got my mitts on it yet. Man, I bet slabs of this stuff will be unreal. With some of the patterns and colors. Man, oh man. I can't wait to slab some of this up. Very cool. It's a tough one though. There we go. Nice point in there. Pretty tough stuff. I don't think anybody wants any part of that. No, I don't. No words necessary there. Just take it in. Take in the beauty. I'm going to take one more down this thing, and if it looks okay, I'm not going to go any further with this. I could see something going on right here, but it doesn't look very significant. Actually, all the good material is most likely going to be over here. All right, let me take one more. Yeah, there's something going on in there. I can see it starting to happen right there. It ain't much out. Kind of glad I did that. I got another big spall now. Get one more. Kind of went off to the side, but let's see. I don't know if I got gloves on. I can't zoom you guys in. I hope it's showing up. I got dust all over it. There we go. Pretty awesome. Pretty awesome piece there. So I went and scored I took a rasp and scored my copper up, so I'm able to grip it a little better. The duct tape wasn't working out. Wasn't working out. Man, I got so much more control without that glove. What a mess. Oh, it's starting to warm up a little bit, you know? Some of this stuff I just saved for myself to check out, so. And I got some of that stuff in here that looked like it might have a lot of character. It's usually the rougher looking stuff. I can already tell, I think this thing's all junk. Almost looks like a piece of Fort Payne got mixed in with the Hornstone. I mean, I know it came from where I was getting it. Getting the Hornstone. It's kind of cool though. It's almost got like cheetah print on it. Might get a little airhead out of that piece there. Yeah. Am I still zoomed in? Oh man, sorry about that. Maybe I wasn't out of frame too bad. Soo-wee, flake's good. That's a pretty neat one there. I don't see that too often. Might be some more of those in here. I'll set him off to the side. So speaking of which, I found this thing. And it's obviously a piece of a big nodule that had a bunch of issues. But I think it's got some good weight to it. So I might ought to hose it off first and scrub it out and see what it looks like. Might want to keep it. Yeah. Maybe I will. I'll clean it up. There's a big old spall of Hornstone for you. This must have came from the cortex field. Well, hell, it lost about 4 or 5 pounds right there. This looks like little pockets of moisture in there, but yeah, it is. I seen them when it popped open. Little pockets of water in there. That's what makes them blow up when you heat treat them. It's a nice piece of rock, but it's a little bit tough. Yeah, there is tough hornstone. Oh, wow. Check that fossil out. Zoom you guys in. I'll remember this time to zoom back out. What's it look like over here? Same thing. Interesting. Not sure what that is. At first it kind of looked like a snail, but I don't think so. Yes, it'll be a neat conversation piece. I'll put that one in there in case somebody might think it's cool. These little tabs, most of them are like double nodules that have formed together, and some of them will have 2 cores, or some of them will just have 1. Looks like this one might just have 1, but you gotta check both sides. Man, that stuff, look how pretty and brown that patinaed. There's some rich colors there. See over here, looks like it ain't got much of a core of that, or I'm just getting into it. Yeah. Finally get something to let go. See a crack going right up through there. Bad boy there's ready to rock. I'll have to work on that one. Trying to clean that surface off a little bit. It's not letting me. There we go. Peeled that thing right out of there. Probably put a fracture gun going there though. Yeah. It was a flake, not a fracture, or both. See, then I end up with this nice piece here. I had to work for it a little bit, but still, you know, get something really nice out of that. And this cortex, just always remember, guys, the first time I go around, I usually go around like this, and I'll take real little short flakes. And all that's doing is clearing the very outside of this. This don't like to let go. You got to hit right on the edge, and it still doesn't like to work. So I'll just go around and take some short flakes, bevel it, just to clear it off, and then you turn it over, take short flakes this way, come down right along the same trajectory as your surface of your stone, just barely nipping the edge. You got to do that to get that right bevel on that. If you've got a different tool, you can do the brushing thing with brushing strokes and take little short flakes too. But with a harder tool like copper, it's hard to get. The flakes want to run, you know, if you're not right along there, getting that angle. So when you do that and bevel it back, usually you can turn it over and it'll be set up to really remove some cortex now. So I don't really have an abrader, I don't think. Big old hammerstone here I was playing around with. But if you abrade it then a little bit, that'll help even lower it a little bit more. And then you can get the flakes to run in a little further. That's the way I do it, because if you don't take the extra steps in the beginning, you can get yourself in a bind. That usually will drop your edge and get you working into enough solid material. Because if you're hitting right in that first little 1/8 or 1/4 inch outside of the good material, this stuff still flakes really nicely. So that's been a tried and true method of mine for a while now, and you'll see me do that with a lot. Even working pieces without cortex, sometimes I'll do that to get those big flakes to shoot across. It gives you that nice bevel. See, that's a nice piece there. So there we go. Threw a little lesson in there for you guys. A little surprise lesson. Oh man, look at this. Look at them veins of quartz going through there. Phew. Daddy like. Yes sir, yes sir. Yeah, that one might have to go in the Brad pile. I like those quartz veins. They can be a pain in the neck to work around or through, but sure pretty when you can leave them in a point. It's not going real well. The reason it's not is because this was a little bit, it wasn't quite steep enough. So those flakes weren't, the angle wasn't right. So let me try this again. Man, oh man. Look at that one. I think that's pretty minor what's going on in there. This is just a different color chert happening right there. I don't know what's going on with that thing. Let's set him over here. Inspect him a little later. Yeah, when you're standing up, it's easier. You got more. You're using more of your body. You get more momentum. I'd want that left in there if it was me. I don't know about that one though. I think the rest of that's pretty good. This stuff flakes so nice. Let's see where we at. 37 minutes. Ain't too bad. rough. Pretty cool little piece. This was one of the first ones I found. A little bit drier stuff though. It's the place that got me in trouble with a couple people. I think. I don't know if I'll gather any more out of that field or not. Just from the quality of the stone. I didn't get in trouble with any landowners or nothing like that. Just a couple people weren't quite satisfied with the stone, and it came from this spot. And it is a little bit drier variety, as opposed to that, you know, the excellent A-grade stuff down there. This stuff's superior to about everything. Get you a nice little Clovis out of there, or something, Oh boy. See, my thoughts here are there's good material between here and here, because it looks that way, right? We'll see. I got it set up to pop that cortex off there, that's for sure. First, let me try to see if it's any good. Ouch. Look good to me. Wow, that thing is rough. Might be enough there to make one out of. I do have another Hornstone trip coming up on the 25th, and so I'll be having some different varieties. I assume it'll be different from a different area, I think. Yeah, this one sure looks nice. It's about the center of it, so I don't think there's any more to do with this one. A couple little bitty quartz pockets in there, but that ain't no thing. Oh boy. First things first, let's get rid of some of this cortex. You guys see that? Is that, yes, moisture in there, and watch it dry up. Watching it dry. This is not so different from the Lavawa technique or method. Take all your flakes around the outside and then you flip it over and smack. Take your Lavawa flake. That's how I say it anyway. Everybody says it different. I think it's named after the place in France. Pretty sure they pronounce it Lavawa. Oh. I think because it's French, people want to say Lavawa or Levalois or the la 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 technique. That's what Jack Crafty's channel calls it. The la 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 technique. Another fossil. Oh man. It's gonna be like that, huh? Pretty rough. Pretty rough. Pretty rough, Chuck. I don't know why I said Chuck. I guess I was talking to you, Chuck. Come on. Definitely a trifacial point in that one. That stuff's like concrete compared to this other stuff. I don't even know what I'm doing here. I know this is all good. Let me get rid of some cortex. Man, got a speed bump. Make something interesting out of that. you guys are doing much spalling, man, I'd suggest getting one of these bad boys. For sure. You just kind of throw it, and it's got enough weight to it. It's so heavy that whatever it's in front of it is going, usually. Not always, but it takes some real nice flakes, especially when you get the mass of the billet itself kind of in line when it strikes. So you get all that weight. So I'm just holding this thing loosely. I'm not, it's doing all the work. And the weight of the workpiece is doing most of the holding, the resistance. I'm not supporting them very hard, really, at all. Just kind of let them float there, and it takes usually a pretty flat flake with a small bolt of percussion. Junk. Tough ass hornstone right there. Tough hornstone. Oh, check this out, y'all. I was going through picking pieces out earlier, and I seen this hammerstone laying there. This is really cool. It's really super slick right there. You can tell where they've been holding it. Probably with their thumb. It's beat up and coned all the way around. This is a nodule of that really high grade hornstone, I think. So it's really hard hammerstone. Cortex is pretty hard, but it's thick enough where it's grabby, kind of. Thought that was super cool. You see that shine in there where that wear is. And it does too, man. It just fits your hand perfect. Definitely a thumb hold. Pretty cool. Alright, I'll do a couple more and then shut her down. Take a little break. All this flint napping. Wear you out, I tell you. Guess I could be pouring concrete. Yuck, that didn't work at all. What'd you just do with your billet, Brad? I hope I've been in frame. Man, there's going to be a lot of little pretty arrowheads being produced over the next few months. Once I get done doing all this rock running, I'm when I settle down this winter to do some napping, y'all look out, because I'm going to be banging out some killer stuff. I'm making a lot of early archaic stuff. I want to get Lost Lakes and a couple other point types. I want to really hone them in. Thebes, Lost Lakes, Hardens, all that stuff at this Hornstone. There's tons and tons of artifacts, different types, made from Hornstone. This stuff made it all over the place. I find a lot of the stuff I find around here is made out of Hornstone, and I'm driving 4.5 hours to get it. And that's about as close as it gets. I think down around Eric Morris, southwestern Indiana, that might be like 3.5 hours. But that's that Wyandotte shirt, and I haven't even tried to look for it yet. Eric told me it's all gone. He said it's all gone, man. Look for it. I think he could be right, because most of that stuff came out of that cave, I think. That Wyandotte cave. He used to do tours in that cave, Eric did. Eric's Rocks and Such. Eric Morris, he has a rock shop down there. I can't remember the name of that little town. But he sells chert also. He doesn't do a lot of shipping though. He sells most of his at Knapping's. So the less steep this angle is, the less steep, the more I have to really try to throw to get that inward force. Throw it into that thing and trying to force it because it's just on the threshold of being not steep enough. Quickest way to fix that is just take some short flakes. I don't know if there's anybody else you can buy rock from that where you can watch it be spalled out and prepared. I guess maybe Jack Crafty does it. Yeah, y'all check out Jack Crafty. He's a flint napper. He's got a channel. It's called Jack Crafty. His name isn't Jack Crafty. Patrick. But anyhow, check him out. He is one of my flint napping senseis. I've watched enough of his content. So I don't know what. Dan Collins, Dan has got a YouTube channel. It's called Lithics and Leather, I believe, or Flint Napping Traditions. Sorry, Dan. But he did a tribute. Dan did a tribute to Patrick Blank, Jack Crafty channel, and he said Jack Crafty is an excellent flint napper, but even more so, he has the ability to blather on and on and on. Oh, I started laughing because, man, he does. He can go on and on, which is good because you don't want to watch somebody and it's not talking. Yeah, Patrick, I watch you all the time, man. About every night. Usually go to fall asleep to some Jack Crafty. If I'm not watching, I'm working around the house there and inside, I usually got you going on in the background. I watch a lot of him and flint napping tips and Dan's channel, Lithics and Leather, or Leather and Lithics. I think he's got a couple of them actually. But anyhow, I think I'm going to take me a break because I'm getting about burnt out for a second here. I done chipped one half wheelbarrow load before I started on this one. Piece is kind of quartzy, but it's kind of cool. Got a little snail fossil on that one. What are you doing down there? Hmm? What are you doing? You're covered up with flint. You got it pretty rough, don't you? I hear a motor running. All right, y'all. We'll see you on the next one. I got more spalling to do.